everyone, this is Andrea from Telegraphy and Tarot. Thanks for coming to my channel. So today I'm going to do another spirit message reading for you. I decided to do a pick a card today. So this will be two piles, pile 1 and 2. We have the pile 1 with a labradorite gemstone, okay, with a different oracle card. And then I also have the fire quartz, or a hematoid, it's considered. Hematoid quartz. Okay, that's for pile 2. So you can pause the video, see which one you're drawn to, whether you're drawn to the pile or you're drawn to the gemstone, or you could watch both, whatever you feel drawn to. And we'll see what comes up. We're going to try and focus on love. Okay. However, just to let you know that love could be in all aspects. It could be a relationship in love. It could be love for work or a job, or love for self. It could also be, love for someone or something. Okay. A family member too. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully this message resonates with you. Okay. So I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. So your stone of choice was the labradorite. It's a beautiful heart stone. Doesn't really do it justice here, but it's a beautiful stone. I'm going to leave this here while we're doing our reading. And your card today is exchanging gifts. And I'll read this to you at the end to see how it pertains to your reading. Also, while I was meditating, Spirit gave this message, and I heard it was for both piles. It's great gratitude. So I'm going to read this also at the end. All right. Spirit said this was for both piles, so I'm going to read this for you later, okay? All right, so just to let you know, I also did some channeling on this card, and I got some interesting messages, and we'll see how it pertains to your reading, and I'll read that to you in a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull an overall energy of the mood for this pile. Okay, Spirit, this is for pile 1, the labradorite pile. What message do you have? What is their overall energy? What message do you need? What do they need to know? What message do they need to know? Okay, so the first card that came out is shame. Gloom. And someone seems to be very stressed right now. There's some stress going on. Okay, so we have some stress, gloom, and shame. All right, we'll try and pull some cards with that and see what we're talking about here. Dreams at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to pull some of the yin yang. Okay, Spirit, what message do you have for pile 1? What message do you have for pile 1? Masculine energy. Okay, so we could be focusing on the masculine's energy. Okay. We're going to be focusing on love right now. This is someone, there's a lot of attraction, heavy attraction. And communication. So it's already telling me the story, what this is about, before I even pulled the love cards. It seems to me that we're focusing on the masculine energy, okay? So this masculine, who there's a lot of hot attraction here, a lot of chemistry. There was a message, either they're going to come and communicate, or there was a communication that caused someone stress. They have a lot of shame for something, okay? And they've been sad since this conversation. Let's see if we could pull some Okay. Just trying to see how this pertains to my channeled message. Let's see. What message for pile 1, Spirit? The Labradorite pile. What do they need to know regarding this message? So we have friends, influences. Okay. All right, there's a lot that fell out, but I'm going to take it. So honesty and truth came out. And you see how it came out like right here? So someone's shameful about some honesty and truth, or maybe that was missing from this message here. Something about a friend or influences of a friend. Somebody wants to reconcile and rebuild. Okay, so this is the reconciliation card and rebuild. So maybe this is what is on their mind. There was non-committal independent energy. Maybe somebody has fear of commitment. And change, transition. So we're going to try and find out what this is talking about, okay? And then music came out, inspiration. All right, I don't know if that has anything to do with someone here. At the bottom of the deck is sex, good time. So this is someone, like I said, with this hot attraction here. There was a lot of sexual chemistry with this masculine, okay? So let's see if we could try and find a little bit of information. I'm going to put these, I don't know why I pulled them that way. We'll put them this way. Okay, Spirit. Tell us what's going on here with this pile. Okay, so someone's shameful. There's a lot of stress with this masculine. Tell us about this masculine's energy, Spirit. What is the shame for? Okay, so what came out was the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. And what I'm sensing here, again, with this message that came out here, this communication, okay? We're talking about some communication that had come out that someone has shame about. So the Page of Swords is either written communication, it could be just someone communicating the truth. Sometimes the Page of Swords here, I'm sorry, it's the Knight of Swords. Yeah, he has no horse. Okay, wow. That's why I couldn't write in this deck. He has no horse, but he's usually on a horse, moving very, very, very fast. So I believe that this Knight of Swords, okay, is representing some communication that they're shameful about that happened very quickly. Okay, it happened very fast. Whether they didn't think quickly when they thought it, when they said it, it's something about the way this message came out. Maybe it was confrontational. Okay, because the Knight of Swords is very quick and direct. Okay, so maybe somebody, and again, the Nine of Pentacles is someone working on their independence. They're single person who doesn't need anyone. They're working on their coins. They're working on their stability in some way. Usually this is finances. However, it could even be emotional or just someone being very content on their own. Okay. Maybe this was about someone being single. Okay, let's get a little more with friends. Let's just see a little more. Maybe because we also had the non-committal independent energy, and that is also like the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who's, very independent. They have their coins. They can stand on their own. They're working on their finances, but independently. They like to live luxuriously in some way. Spending their hard-earned money, the way they want and having enough to do it. Okay, they're close to being the queen. Okay, I'm sorry, with the Ten of Pentacles, which is having all the security and stability. So I think that's what this is kind of talking about. Let's see if we can get a little more. Tell me about the gloom here. Yes, there is a message, and also the Knight of Swords could have been the way the message was sent, okay, which was very quick and maybe direct and confrontational. And now we have something that ended with the Ten of Swords. So either this ended a relationship, this could have ended a friendship, because we're talking about friends. This could talk about, someone could feel gloom and sadness because of the way something ended, or maybe someone felt backstabbed. Okay. Honesty and the truth. So maybe because some truth came out that ended a relationship, it ended a connection. There's a lot of worry and sadness about this, okay? About the way that this message came out. It caused a lot of stress, and maybe this honesty um, brought us to an ending in some way, okay? And this could be someone that you were very close with in the past, you had history with, someone you know from the past. This is a past person that was in your life here. And there was like some good connection here, okay? You had a good connection. And this is the masculine, like they've known you for a long time. Maybe you've been, you have some sort of, uh, okay, no. What I'm hearing is, sorry, I'm hearing that somebody keeps like replaying the tape recorder, okay? Um, the Six of Cups could have to do with like memories of the past, okay? Remembering things, memories, nostalgia. So, and the way things ended from this honesty, okay? So this is all like past energy. Maybe someone keeps remembering what happened here, okay, and the way things ended, okay? Or maybe they were very fond of you. There was a lot of attraction here. However, this is someone you know from the past. I'm feeling that you have a history with, okay? And again, we're talking about this conversation, this communication. Now, whether this is when they're saying that somebody wants to rebuild with you, okay, because there's very hot sexual energy here, it's very possible this person wants to come forward and have a conversation. This eight of wands has to do with an action or communication that comes in. So it's very possible that someone from the past maybe wants to come forward and be honest and talk truthful. Okay? Yes, I believe there was some heartbreak here. I believe somebody was hurt. Someone was brokenhearted. This was a separation. Sometimes this could mean like a third party interfered. It doesn't have to be, but just someone was brokenhearted and it ended a relationship. And you had a very good connection with this person. You had a history with this person. And so I'm feeling like, this was someone that you knew. It was very hurtful. It hurt. So tell me about the reconciliation and rebuild spirit. Wow. There's going to be some tower moment. You're going to hear from this person. You're going to hear from this ex, okay? And this could be shocking. This rebuilding, okay? So whether something happened in the past that was shocking, or this is kind of insinuating with this communication again, I believe this person, either something happened and they want to rebuild, okay? Either they're coming forward to communicate with you. This masculine wants to come forward and communicate, or we're saying how shocked. Maybe something sudden happened, okay, and they want to rebuild from this. Like move up from there. Okay, let's see a little more what happened here with this tower. This heartbreak was quick. Something happened here quickly. This has to do with commitment. This person did not commit, okay? And it keeps saying non-committal. They had a fear of commitment, all right? Patience. They wanted more time because you're an empress, or they were involved already with someone. Maybe they were going to, I hate to say that. It's very possible. Is it possible that this person was committed to someone else? Or this person just had a fear of commitment, okay? And that's what it looks like. You're an empress. They knew you were an empress and they needed some patience and healing from this, okay? Or you're healing from this situation. This person may have been unavailable okay, non-committal, and had a fear of commitment. Um, the tower moment is now they're realizing, and I feel like I've done this reading hundreds of times. I feel like this reading, like somebody's got to get this message here, because this person, there was something shocking. Either now they're realizing, after all this time has gone by here, that you were an empress. You were the one that they had deep feelings for, but they chose wrong. Okay, this person chose wrong in the past. Okay, that's what it looks like. And so there's either a very the tower. That's what the tower was. Either they made a wrong choice. They're realizing now that after all this time, because it looks like something happened in the past and something that ended, they're still, you know, they're still that they want to rebuild. Okay, they still want to communicate with you. There is some patience here. So somebody is needing some patience. Somebody's being guided by spirit here. This is either guided by spirit, or you're having some patience and healing from this situation. Or maybe your masculine had some healing after this episode. Okay. After whatever happened with this tower moment. Um, the Hierophant could be, very a spiritual awakening as well. Okay. So whether this has to do with them not committing, could have been both. Maybe something happened that was shocking. Maybe they chose wrong, chose someone else that they felt they were committed to, and they obviously chose wrong. The honesty and truth here broke up your connection. Okay. But they want to talk about it. They want to return, it seems like. All right. And this is a shocking revelation, whether to them that they're shocked that they still feel this way, or you're going to be shocked to hear from them. Okay, because this masculine was, yeah, oh boy, this this masculine, even though hot and sexy or whatever he um was had some toxic energy around him. Okay. So whether this could mean very good, hot sexual chemistry, but it could also mean that there was toxic energy around this. Okay. This person may have bad intentions. Maybe they have, the devil could mean a few things. They have a sex addiction, or, maybe they are players, or this person could be, someone who has, addiction. It could be sex addiction. It could be alcohol addiction, drug addiction, something that's overindulged. Maybe to you, being with this person in the past, and you're healing from, if this is you that's doing the healing, um, took a while to get off this toxic connection, because there was such a huge chemistry and attraction with this person. It's very, alluring. This person was very, like very alluring here. Okay. It's very sexual and very attractive. Okay. However, there was some toxic energy. They sent you confusing messages. There was illusions. Maybe, you could have thought things were more than they were. Okay. Or this was an illusion. This person was non-committal. This person did not commit. Maybe it was just a sexual connection with this masculine. Okay. And that's how it was. Okay. I do see that there is a break here. All right. The Four of Swords has to do with a break, arrest, separation. Someone just had to say, I'm done with this for now. Okay. There was a separation between you. Maybe there is now. Okay. So tell me what the change is, Spirit. Wow. Okay. So we have the Ten of Wands and the Magician. The Ten of Wands is like someone was very overwhelmed. Someone had a lot of responsibilities. Um, I don't think they were in control of all of this going on. Okay. So whether this could be the change, because we're talking about, I was going to ask about the change and transition. Somebody was very overwhelmed. Okay. They had a lot of going on at that time. Maybe now they're in control of all the things that are around them, or maybe this is what the change is. They were very, they could have been preoccupied, is what I'm hearing. And so now this person could have control over their situation. Maybe they took control of all of this. Maybe this was people that they had a lot going on. Maybe this was lies that they were trying to get together. Okay. But the magician is a manifester. It's someone who's magic. Okay. This is someone who's in touch with their spiritual side. They're in control. They have all the tools that are necessary. They're very talented and skilled. Okay. Um, yeah, this person is a master at their craft. Sometimes the magician could be someone who's like a little manipulator, but I don't think that's what we're talking about. Just someone who knows, they know how to handle it. They're in control at all times, okay? And there's a change here in some way, okay? And there's a change toward the future. Somebody was waiting for a change. Let's just see what this is. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Wow. So, hmm, hmm. The Wheel of Fortune has to do with the end of a cycle. It has to do with big changes that come your way. And again, this is talking about change and transition. So this is luck in your favor now. Uh, you know, getting in control of all these things that were burdens, okay? And if it's not a burden, it could be, because I'm noticing sometimes the 10 of wands could be experiences that you've went through. She's actually managing, she's dragging these, okay? um she's dragging these wands. All right, it may be a little tough, but she's managing, okay? So sometimes these are all experiences that have happened. Okay, maybe the experiences with this person, maybe this person realized and now making the change and the transition needed and taking this as a learning experience. um with them, okay? And now they're in control by making the changes. Or this is you making the changes that are necessary. This masculine is a very hot attraction, and this message is going to come in. So whether they're coming towards you and you have to take this, you're the one who may have to take all these experiences that overwhelmed you in the past and be in control, okay? And whatever that means to you, whether that's making the necessary changes, okay, to not fall for it, or making the necessary changes that you need, okay? So there's something going on here. Oh, my card just fell on the floor. Okay, so the card that fell on the floor was the Three of Swords. Again, this is heartbreak, but it came out reverse. So you're getting past the heartache. You're getting past the heartbreak. That person might have been overwhelming, okay? And that's why the Six of Swords was also here. All right. So that person, you had to leave. Maybe you're the one who left the situation, even though there was a lot of attraction. You may had to leave them, okay, to get to karma waters. Maybe you just realized you couldn't handle it anymore. It was overwhelming. They were breaking your heart and 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 manipulating you like a puppet on a string, okay? So it's very possible that that spirit's preparing you that this masculine's probably going to come forward and have a conversation with you, okay? And it's spirits telling you to protect yourself here, stand your ground. This is someone who could be defensive. Maybe this is you having to stand your ground for something, okay? How to protect yourself. Finding a balance, okay? This is finding a balance, finding someone juggling. Make sure they're not juggling emotions or juggling playing mind games, okay? I do see the Six of Wands. There'll be success here. All right, after a long battle, success and victory. So let's see what this could be about. Okay. High Priestess. Spirit's saying that you should trust your intuition. You're very spiritual. You're very connected. You know them inside and out. Trust your intuition of the messages that you're receiving, okay, for this person. So let me just see what these love wellness cards are. What message do you have? Whoa. Not today. Not dealing. Hurt. Avoiding conversation. A call or a person. Boundaries and still angry. Okay, so when this person reaches you, you may still be angry and you may reject this person. Okay, some of you may reject this person. Okay. Mask. Wow. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. Okay, so that could fall into the manipulation, that this person could be manipulating you by wearing a mask here and not showing their true self. Okay. So there was a reason why you ended the relationship with this person. Although there's a lot of passion between you, they know how to manipulate you. They know how to get inside. So you have to make sure that you protect yourself. And that's what my message says. It also says the golden mirror, self absorbed, narcissist, one sided relationship, love bombing. So spirit is letting you know when this masculine comes into your life, okay? Hey, it's been such a long time. How are you? You're so hot. You still look so good. Whoa, 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 whatever. Spirit's reminding you that this person, yeah, it's a love call. Okay. They're going to come around. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. They're going to reach out and tell you how they missed you so much. Okay. Oh, I missed you. I know it's been a long time, after the way we broke up or the way things ended, but I'm thinking of you. I'm missing you. And they want to connect. Let's meet up. And when you meet up, there's this just hot connection here that it will only be short lived because this person is not really being genuine. Okay, and that's the main thing. It's saying to stand your ground, trust your intuition, see if they're juggling or weigh the pros and cons of how their behavior is, and you may want to stay clear, okay, from that energy right now. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And I'm also going to pull some of these and then I'm going to read you my channeled messages. I'll read that now, actually. So I'm going to read to you some channeled messages while I was meditating on this pile. So whether it relates to this or not, this is just a message for you or someone who hears this reading, okay? So the first message was a cancellation brings something better, all right? A cancellation brings something better. And that could even be a cancellation like you not going through with a date or meeting up with this person. It could bring something better for you. It also said opportunities to grow, whether it's money or development in something. This could even be in love. Okay, so opportunities to grow. You're going to have more opportunities when you end this cycle with this change and transition here. When you end this cycle from this person reconnecting with you. Okay, a private matter, so keep this or something to yourself. So that's interesting. I heard there is a private matter, and to keep it to yourself, a private matter. So keep this or something to yourself. Okay, it's very interesting that that came out, whether that's you or the masculine having that energy. I'm not sure, but take what resonates. Okay, it says to protect your energy from jealousy. Okay, so either someone's jealous around you. It doesn't even have to be relating to this relationship here. It could just be that there's some jealousy here and spirit saying to protect your energy. Also, it says, in time, the truth is revealed. So be still and patient right now, and things will unfold themselves. Okay, so that was a message from spirit about that. And I'm going to read your exchanging gifts, okay, from the Oracle of the Wisdom. Okay. Card number 27. So it says the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade offs, weighing costs, and determining value. So it says, you're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet, in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. And you must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. In a relationship, if this is for love, in a relationship, love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it is reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you, too. Love is truly yours today. So that's a beautiful message. Okay, and then I'm going to read this one for you. Great gratitude. Actually, I'm going to read that at the end, so you could just forward back. I'll put in the description box. I'll put a timestamp for this great gratitude because it's for both piles. Okay, Spirit wanted both piles to have that. Okay, pile one. So let's just see a little more. I just wanted to pull this and see anything more here that we need to know. I really value your opinion and the unique perspective that you have to offer. Respect. So they do respect you, and you have a lot of history together, but this person may not be good for you. I relate to you on so many levels. You're like minded. Okay. These are all yellow roses. Am I even good enough for you? Insecure. Somebody's insecure here. I recognize the potential between us, but I also harbor some uncertainties, doubts, whether that's you or the masculine's doubts, okay? They have a fear of commitment. This person has not changed, okay? Serendipity. I feel like we are in each other's lives for a reason. Yes, because this could be a karmic relationship. And you could be ready to grow and move on from this karmic so that you could find your soulmate. You could find your person, okay? But they're still in that cycle and they're going to keep testing you and they're going to keep coming forward until you break it. Okay. Make the change for yourself here from and moving on with all these experiences of all these lies that were told, and you're getting over that heartbreak and you're going to stand for yourself. You're going to be in control. Okay. I like that story better, and you're going to stand your ground and be successful here by moving away from this energy. Okay. That's what I think is going to happen here. To trust your intuition. All right. And I'm sorry, but the last card here is I'm really sorry, but I can't reciprocate your feelings one-sided. So Spirit wanted you to know that this person could be one-sided and they just want to protect you. This ex is going to come around and they want you to be cautious and unaware. I've been showing my lack of interest, but you've been ignoring all the signals. Whether that's you or them, this is really intense energy, and I think it's good for you to break free. I know it's a good sexual energy. However, you deserve more, something more substantial. Okay. Thank you so much, Pile One. I hope you liked your reading. Please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And I'll see you again. Until next time, make sure you use the timestamp to get to your great gratitude card, okay, which I'll read for you at the end. Thank you. Hi, Pile 2. So your stone was the fire quartz or the hematoid. It's also called a hematoid quartz. You can't see the beauty in this, but it's gorgeous. Okay, so this is your gemstone. Okay, and the card that was chosen for you is peace. Okay. So I'll read this to you at the end of your reading to see how it pertains to your reading. Okay. And then also, while I was meditating on the energy, this card was for both piles. So Spirit brought out great gratitude that they want me to read and share for both piles. So I will put in the description, I'll put a timestamp in the description that you can click on to if you want to hear that great gratitude card at the end of your reading. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm focusing on love right now. I also did some channeled messages. We'll see if it pertains to your reading or not, if it's just a message. Okay. So let's go. I'm going to ask Spirit right now. This is for pile 2. You know what's funny? I didn't even realize the stone that I pulled out before the card came out, although you didn't see it on video, was gratitude here. Okay, so there's something about gratitude that Spirit wants to bring to your attention. Okay, so this is for pile 2. Oops. What is the overall mood for pile 2, please, regarding this reading? What is the overall mood? Okay, so while I was meditating on your energy, I did hear the first word I heard was torment. That's a very serious word. That's about like severe physical or mental suffering, pain or anguish. Somebody is not in a good place, okay? Torment. So let's see what comes out here. Yeah, I just saw it. I just saw the wounded heart. It says, you are deserving, okay? You are deserving. It's a beautiful message right off the bat here. Wow. Trauma, okay? Something happened to you. That's the torment, okay? That Spirit was bringing up here. I do have some messages for you from Spirit that I will read in a little while. Spirit's telling you to slow down, okay? Maybe you need to slow down at this time. There's change, okay? Change. One more. And wow, I'm going to leave it at this, at peace. Spirit saying you will be at peace. And if right now you're not feeling in that headspace right now, you don't feel at peace, okay? You could feel torment and sadness and pain and anguish. Spirits, obviously saying there'll be peace here. And I'm seeing all the bright light, like pastel colors, that you will have peace, okay? You will be at peace, all right? There will be a change and you will be at peace, all right? So that's what Spirit wants you to know, which is a very beautiful message here already for you. Okay, so I'm going to just pull some of these and then the Mystic Love to see what happened here with you. All right, Spirit, tell us about pile 2. What do we need to know? What do they need to know, pile 2? Spirit, what do they need to know? Whoa. Deception and temptation. Okay. So, every time I do these readings, I kind of feel like even though they're pick of cards, I feel like they connect, whether it is the past story and the present story, or, there's something. So it's good to, if you're able to, watch both piles, okay? Because there was a lot of deception and in that reading as well. Wow, this is a big reading, pile 2. This is self-worth, okay? Expectations. You are deserving. Trauma. There was deception here. And someone could be going through something really severe right now, some torment. Okay. That's how Spirit described it. Torment. Torment. Okay. Severe physical or mental suffering, pain or anguish. Torment. Serious stuff we're talking about. Summer and growth. So by summertime is what I think this is saying. There will be growth and change from this energy that you're feeling right now. Okay. And forming a solid foundation. That's what it's saying. And structure. So right now you could not be feeling so great. Okay. And Spirit's telling you to slow down. You don't have to, there's some trauma that you went through. Spirit's saying there was trauma and it's okay to slow down right now. And deal with how you have to deal with it. Okay. All right, Spirit. So yes, bliss, happiness. You're going to be happy. The change is, and it's saying by summer. In the summer, okay, there's growth. The sun, there's growth. There'll be sun and light. There'll be bliss and happiness for you. That's what the change will be, okay? It's under the change card, all right? Enemy and watch your back. Now, I don't know what this is about. This could be what the deception is, that there's someone that you can't trust, okay? Maybe that's why you're not at peace right now, because there's something going on. I'm going to put this over here by the deception, okay? There could be blocked obstacles. Somebody's blocking you from achieving something you want. Whoa. I don't know if anyone saw how that flew out like that. Wow. Storm and turmoils. Storm turmoils coming ahead. I don't know if you saw the way that card just flipped out like that. That just felt like Spirit just grabbed it from the deck and just went on the table. Wow. So this is a storm. This is a trauma. This was something big, okay, that's going on here. Wow. These cards are if I just put my hands on it, it looks like they would be like all by themselves, okay? Because that just, again, landed right here. Insecurities and self-esteem. Spirit wants you to be aware of your security here, your self-worth, your expectations. This is insecurities and self-esteem. Somebody could be, there's trauma here that's unexpected. They could be making you feel insecure about yourself. But Spirit wants you to know about your self-worth here. Wow. Between the lines, look for what's hidden. Okay, this is like a really important message, pile 2. So I'm going to stop here. Unresolved issues, unfinished business, unresolved situation. Okay. Now, there is somebody coming around here and cool hearing from them. They're going to reach out. All right. Maybe someone's going to reach out. I'm going to move this over here. So let's pull some tarot to see what's going on. There's a storm here coming. I'm going to move these here if I could so we have some room for tarot. Okay. All right. So, Spirit, what's going on here with pile 2? I guess they need peace. Who's tormenting them? What is the torment? Whoa. So there's a decision that needs to be made, okay? Whether this is you or, let's see, we'll get a little more. We need more information. This could be a decision of something you want to do or a path you want to take here, okay? Ooh, this card was in there. Friends and influences. This is from the other deck, but I'm going to keep it. Okay. So maybe there's friends here that could be enemies, deception. All right. Maybe this could have to do with a friend who was just some deception here toward you, and there's a decision that needs to be made. This could be the storm here. You may have to defend yourself. There could be some gossip going on, okay, that we could be talking about. This could be torment. This could be, something happening here where you have to stand your ground. You have to protect yourself. It could have to be with some, creative idea here or new beginning that you're looking for, something that you're passionate about. This could be a message that comes to you. Is this the ace? Oh yeah. Ace of Wands is like success in some new endeavor, some new thing that you'd like to create, maybe a new life, a new beginning. Something that you're very passionate about that you'd like to start here. It's like waiting for rewards here. Maybe there's something you're waiting for. Maybe you invested a lot of time and energy. Maybe this is some friend or relationship that you invested a lot of time with, okay? You put in a lot of work and energy into this person. And, there could be some opportunity that comes to you, whether this is financial opportunity, um, or this could be a job opportunity, success in a job opportunity, or some offer that comes to you. If this is a relationship or something that comes to you, there's an offer here that could be the new beginning. Maybe you've been waiting for this new beginning. Okay. um, let's see what we're talking about. We have the Eight of Wands. This is a communication that comes in or an action. Okay, there's something that's going to come in here. Let's see if we can get a little more. This could have to do with work. Okay, now it's funny. I wonder. Hmm. All right, so this has to do with work or something you're focusing on. So it seems to me that there's some deception. You're very deserving, okay? And there's going to be something that's unexpected that happens that makes you question your self-worth. It makes you question it makes you insecure, okay, about something, whether this is at work or in love, okay, or some, you're the way where you stand in a relationship, okay, this is the work that you put into it. This is what you're focusing on. And it could be some communication here that someone's going to offer you something that maybe you've been invested in a long time. Maybe you're going to offer something to someone, okay, and there might be someone around you who you can't trust, okay, there might be some deception around you of someone you can't trust. It could be a friend, okay? Or a friend could be influencing someone, all right? And not in a good way. All right? So let's see a little more. So the Nine of Cups is someone getting a wish fulfillment, someone being happy and satisfied with the result of something, okay? So let's get a little more. Now there's a storm. I'm trying to see what the storm is. Okay, here's some justice. This could be karmic justice. This could be a decision that's made. This is some fairness if you were treated unfairly. And I think that's what one of the channeled messages here was about karmic justice that came out. If somebody treated you poorly or unfair, karmic justice is when, they'll have consequences for those actions. That somehow spirit, that things don't go their way, all right, and it's karmic justice. That's how it is. However, if you've been treated unfairly and you are good and you did the right thing and you are pure and honest, okay, and know your worth, you don't deserve it, saying you are deserving of all these good things that are coming your way, like this Ace of Pentacles. You're very deserving. So if you have someone around you who's, this person who is deceptive, whether it was a good friend of yours or, a person that you trusted, They're going to get their karma, and so are you. Your karma will be this Ace of Pentacles, will be this job offer that comes, will be something that you've waited for, a wish fulfillment, okay? Something you wanted, okay? There's some action or communication that's coming in here. And I do believe it'll cause some conflict. I believe that whatever this is happening here with this storm and the self-worth and some trauma here, whatever happened here, um, there's conflict, okay? There's conflict, whether this is internal conflict or actual conflict, that there was trauma here, okay? Um, let's get a little more. So I'm just going to say, like I just heard, that if this is a lawsuit or some sort of with this justice, not maybe not just karmic justice, but this could also be justice in the court system. If this is something that you're going through, that it'll be very rewarding, okay, with this Ace of Pentacles. This is a success of wealth, okay? So if you're fighting, for some, you'll wind up being very happy, okay? Blessings, ending a cycle here. This is blessings from the universe. This is, finishing a cycle and being completely satisfied with the way it turns out. So I do see that for some of you. Yes, be very happy here with the 10 of Cups. I believe with this blissful happiness and a call hearing from them, there's happiness here. This is success again, contentment. This is in your family life or just feeling happy and content, okay? There's a lot of burdens and stress, overwhelming energy here, okay? With the 10 of Wands, this is feeling very heavy burdened, stress, um, overwhelmed by something, okay? That could be the blocked obstacles. Somebody was overwhelmed. It's also very possible that this could be a learning experience. These were experiences that were learned. And, somebody, even though it's heavy, they take it with them and they learn from these experiences, okay? It's a blocked obstacle. This has to do with something you're focusing on, some sort of craft or work. I'm hearing work ethic, something that you're focusing on, all right, or has to do with work, your money, a skill that you prefer, okay, that you're interested in. Working very meticulously, even though there are blockages, even though there's something blocking or an obstacle here, even though it's a heavy burden, someone working through it, okay? And this could be the torment that you're feeling. Yes, the sadness and depression. I feel like there is happiness and bliss coming to you, okay? You're going to be very happy. However, there's some blockage here. There's some overwhelming emotions or overwhelming burden that's affecting you, okay? And it's the way it has to do with something that happened in the past, or it has to do with some sadness or depression that you're going through, the torment that you're going through. And that's what it's saying here, that there'll be peace here for you. You're working on removing the blockages. You're working on living with these experiences, okay? Taking them with you and learning from them, all right? Which takes time. And that's why Spirit's saying to slow down, because don't expect to feel perfect right away. You know what I mean? Don't expect to feel all better after what you've went through, this trauma that you've been through. It's going to take time to feel better, all right? And this is saying between the lines, look for what's hidden. Let's see what's hidden here. This could be someone feeling, like they're rejected, or someone feels like they're ignoring something. Okay. You're not paying attention to the signs. Look for what's hidden between the lines. If you're not paying attention to all the little details here, maybe someone wasn't paying attention to the little details. Something was hidden here. Maybe they're trying to, or someone's trying to hide this. So read between the lines and see what they were not paying attention to. There's a big judgment coming regarding this. This is the karmic justice I was telling you. If there is something going on here, that somebody did something, that was immoral, that they're going to get a karmic justice here, and you don't have to do anything about it, is what my spirit messages said. This is judgment. This is a final judgment, whether this is in court or in like a life purpose here. Somebody is going to learn a valuable lesson. When judgment is here, it has to do with finding a life purpose. It's having a spiritual awakening, the big eye. It's like it's opening up a whole new life for you, okay? Or them. So read between the lines, look for what's hidden. Don't try not to, it's hard to say. Okay. Spirit's kind of telling you that there is a spiritual awakening here. Try not to stay in this energy too long, where you could be ignoring the signs, or you could be, you could be losing interest, or, this could be depressed. I feel like this could be the depression still, because the depression was at the bottom of the deck. You could just be losing interest in something or someone, or, maybe even with the self-worth and you're deserving in this trauma. You may feel safe here, but what it's saying is you could be missing on opportunities in life. You could be missing on the good things, okay? So try not to stay here too long, all right? Because there is a life change coming for you with this judgment, okay? There's new beginnings here, new opportunities that are coming for you, vibrant adventures, all right? That's what I see. Because we're like really with depression right now, someone is very, very depressed and sad, and that they've been through something very traumatic and tormented, okay? And now it's trying to make the change to get over this. The Knight of Cups is a message. The Knight of Cups is a surprise. It's a message that comes that's admiration, a good news that comes to you, okay? I'm hearing like good news that comes. Ooh. Yes, this could have to do with the lover. Wow. Okay. All right, pile 2. You went through something. Wow. Okay. The 2 cards that flipped were the Lovers and the 3 of Swords. Somebody was heartbroken. Somebody you loved very much. There was heartbreak here, okay? And that's the trauma. And that's the torment. And this is the pain that you're going through. And it's saying that in time, you will feel better. And in time, to slow down now and do what you need to get through this. The change is coming and you will be at peace. And this is what Spirit's promising you. Okay? This is what Spirit's saying. There will be some sort of connection. This is with either a soulmate or a partnership, or, this is like a soulmate that comes into your life, a connection, a partnership. Someone, the rainbow connecting the two. I think it's very beautiful. This is beautiful energy. And at the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Swords. It's like you could be feeling trapped or stuck in this trauma history that you went through, this storm, this horrible torment that you went through. It's making you second your self-worth. It's making you question your self-worth. It's making you feel insecure. It's making you stressed and anxiety here. When really all you want is to be at peace, and you will. Spirit's saying you'll be blissfully happy. Okay? There's some good news coming your way. Call and hearing from them. All right? You're going to be very happy here. What was the deception? So there was a big change that I feel like. So again, we're talking about this big change, okay? This big change, and you're going to be in control of this change, all right? This is luck in your favor. This is, karmic justice here. Again, I'm hearing the karmic justice. There's big change, and you're going to be in control. You have all the resources available to you to control how this change is going to be had. Yep, you're going to get a wish fulfillment, and you have blessings from the universe. There's a wish fulfillment coming for you, and this is having hope and getting a wish answered and a wish fulfilled. You're going to have a wish fulfilled. You're going to love again. You're going to love again. This is the Queen of Cups, being in love, self-love, how emotional you'll feel, at peace. Again, with the Six of Swords. You're looking for peace. The peace will be here. You are going to find the peace. You're going to get past this history of the swords. You're going to get past this history of what you went through and this torment that you went through. You will get through it, and you will be okay. All right? It's saying you'll get past this energy and be at peace. There'll be clarity and truth that comes to you. Clarity. You'll have a clear message. This is success in whatever creative endeavors you have, and whatever clarity that you need to move forward, you will have it, and you'll be successful with this. I'm going to just read to you my messages from Spirit when I was channeling this energy. And it says torment. I read that already. And it says, believe you will get through whatever it is you are going through. Take care of yourself. Sleep if you need to. Okay, that could be the slowing down. I heard blanket of society, which was interesting how that came out. So a blanket is covering or coping or masking, all right? Generally, overall, across the board. So blanket of society is like living together in a community or a club or organization formed for a particular purpose or activity. So blanket of society. Interesting. So I feel like the blanket of society that Spirit talks in old terms here could represent like when you put a blanket on it, you feel warm, cozy, comfortable. And in society, means, having a community or a club or organization formed for a particular purpose or activity. So this could be a support group. This could be letting you know that maybe there's some sort of, it could mean a couple things. And I'm going to leave it to you as you take it, blanket of society. Maybe right now you're trying to be protected from society right now. Okay. That's why you need sleep. Maybe there's just too much, the trauma you went through, maybe protecting yourself from other people right now is what you need. Okay. For temporarily, for now, while you're going through what you're going through. However, there could be support groups for you. There could be, it's saying, there are people who may have experienced the same thing or the same trauma as you. that could, help you, or you could help others possibly. So I'm hearing karmic justice is someone who is facing consequences or reaping the rewards of their past actions, good or bad. So, based on the belief in the universal law of cause and effect. So, if you're good, and I know you will be receiving this good rewards, this grand reward, this blissful happiness, okay? However, the bad, which I feel like we're talking about something also bad that happened, and maybe this is in a court system, or somebody who was treated unfairly. There's some enemy here, or there's something with, I don't know, friends that influence. There's some deception that was here, and it caused a lot of trauma. And it's saying that if there was bad, they'll receive negative consequences for their actions, or disappointing consequences. Okay, so Spirit wanted you to know that there was some consequences that will be, a tower, shocking, something that happened shocking. There'll be some consequences regarding that. It's not really saying anything more. I'm just going to pull some of these love wellness cards. Let's just see. Twin flames. It says yin yang, zen balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Twin flames. Okay. I don't know how that's pertaining to the reading. Clock. Need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal and progress. I believe this is you going through the trauma you went through. It takes time. It's saying to slow down. Don't expect things to happen right away. It's saying to go slow down, and be in check with your feelings. Okay. Because there'll be change, and by summer, it says, you will be at peace and things will change. Cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And this is the thing. This is like a turmoil. This is something that happened that you could be playing those memories over and over again in your head. And that's what's going to take time. It's going to take time. It'll change and you'll be at peace again. You have to trust that you'll be okay. All right. And then I hear wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. That's a beautiful card. I think you will receive that. Okay. You'll receive this union with someone. Okay. A soul connection, eternal love. All right. An everlasting promise. There's some everlasting promise or eternal love here. So girl talk, it's like out with friends, time with friends. Someone could be moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Okay, maybe it's saying you should have more fun with your friends who are good support. And dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. What I'm hearing is a pattern here of healing from this trauma, and that you're working on this energy. You're working on recovering here, and dealing with whatever this is that you went through. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to read this card for you, which is peace number 2. Okay. So this card says, a woman gently swings in a tranquil, sunlit sky while swans swim on a lake in the clouds. This card shows that there is a peaceful energy setting in your mind and manifesting in your life at this time. Gaining inner balance is a starting point to the peace and harmony you're trying to achieve in the world. If you haven't already mastered this intention for tranquility, know that you are capable of doing so now. There's an inner strength that comes from such activities as meditation and deep breathing If you add healthy nutrition, regular exercise, and plenty of water to that regimen, you will achieve a personal balance that will then spread in every direction. The clarity that comes from peace of mind projects a vibrant light in the universe and brings a joyous harmony into all areas of your life. It's a very beautiful card. I love that. Okay, pile two. I hope you liked your reading. I will say a prayer for my pile two people here, that I know that you're going to be okay. You're going to get through this, what you're going through. So take care of you, and I wish you love and light. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I hope you liked your reading, and I'll see you again. Until next time, remember to uh, go to the end of the reading in the description box. It'll play right after your reading, the great gratitude that I'm going to read for you, for both piles that Spirit wanted you both to hear. Okay. So thanks again, pile two, and I'll see you again until next time. Hi, everyone. So here is the extra card Spirit wanted me to read out for both piles, which is great gratitude. So I'm going to read this to you now. And it says, enthusiasm for life. It says, a woman holds baby birds in her hands, listening to the songbirds in the trees behind her. She has a deep appreciation for the simple sweetness of the world. Gratitude is a consciousness of great energy. And this card indicates that you are capable of moving into this powerful vibration now. In fact, it's the perfect time to focus on this conscious choice as a way of life. You have much to be grateful for, even if you don't always notice it. Your choice to acknowledge the many sources of value in your life acts like a beacon in the universe, one that draws many more things to appreciate to you. This ongoing gratitude also sparks a heightened enthusiasm for life and an absolutely irresistible life force. So expect great things from your great gratitude. The universe rewards our genuine appreciation. That's so beautiful. Thank you. And please like and subscribe.